G'day, welcome to Edington Machine Works. My name's Adam. Today I'm going to continue on with the brake shoe spreader for the postie bike brake upgrade to the recumbent trike. So this is 316 stainless, I think it's 3/4 inch. I'm copying Sturmey Archer. It works like yay. It's got an arm, so that arm needs to bite onto the shaft, and these, I think it's a square thing. There's this little spring washer there and a plastic bearing. I've gone with a aluminium bronze bearing there. I've made the mistake of putting it slightly higher than this surface. I will attend to that later. So I've got it mounted in the collet chuck on the rotary table. This is one I have completed. I have yet to take to it with some emery paper and part it off, but that's what we're looking at. 8mm across the flats, and it's pretty straightforward. 7mm across the flats there. Okay, so we are at 65mm stick out above the collet chuck, just so that we can clear this gap. I've levelled that off, and I'll come up 5mm. One turn. Two turns. Our aim is to put a 7mm flat on this, and we're at 22.22mm. Sorry, 1905. Okay, so we've offset this on the y-axis to give ourselves room. We've come in roughly a couple of millimetres, and we'll take our first test pass. Feeding at 25mm a minute. I'll come back when I've done both sides. Okay, so we are at 1605, if I'm reading that correctly. Needs to come down to 7. Okay, I've set up a dial on the end of the table where the dovetail comes in, and we double check that our cutter's clear. And undo the X-lock. There is 1505, 1405, 1305, 1205. We'll take it there and do the cut. That's where we landed. I'll come back when I've got it down to 7.0. Near enough. 7 or 699. We're at half a mil clearance anyway on our 110 mil postie bike drum brakes, so that's achieved by a spread of 8 mil and this is 7 mil, so it's half a mil per side. Okay, now it's time to put the hex on here. We've backed off 0.6 of a mil from our 7 millimeters, so it's 0.6 per side, which will give us 0.2 above our 8 and 0.1 clean up for our 8mm hex. I'll bring you back when we've done that. So I've got our hex on it at the moment and we're sitting on 8.3. It'll be 0.15 clean up. Okay, not bad. So before I pull this out of pull the collet chuck off the rotary table and take it over to the lathe to part the thing off, I'm going to make up a hexagonal electrode while I've got my numbers set up here, and that way we can make the little spanner arm for this hexagonal flat to operate the spreader bar. Okay, so this is the finished product. In the end, I will most likely be tapping this section to M5, but the taps are in the mail. I may end up drilling right through and putting a small dome head cap screw in from that side and sticking out, let's say, yay much thread on it. I'll decide later. Depends how many taps I break. Okay, so I've centered on my hole, and these roller bearings are here just to raise the level of the liquid so it doesn't spark out underneath. So I'll start advancing it down. So here's the final prototype. I've put in a number of holes just to get an adjustability of lever arm. This hex fits just nicely, so I'm quite happy with that. Tiny bit of slop. Anyway, that concludes this episode.